Today I'm going to be installing 5 different custom ROMs on the phone. Yes, you heard me, 5 of them. Now these 5, I'm going to show you how to install these 5 of them. You see me flash up some custom ROMs on the channel and then you wonder how I installed them. Well, we're going to be focusing on 5. Okay, Android 1, OxygenOS, AxionOS 2.5, and 2 others. Yeah, oh, I would have installed One UI, but I don't go One UI anymore. But the first one we are going to start with is NothingOS. Now, I don't know if I said this when I was reviewing the ROM, but NothingOS is a fast boot ROM, meaning I cannot flash it the regular way, just the way we flash custom ROMs using Orange Fox, just like that. And I cannot flash it using fast boot. Yeah, it's going to break your device. But there is a fastboot D mode in Orange Fox. You can access fastboot D mode using Orange Fox. And Orange Fox is what we're going to use. That's what's going to be our tool for work for today. Now, if you extract the NothingOS, okay, you will see that there are 2 things you're going to see there. One is a script, and the other one is an images folder. Now that images folder is one that contains all the nitty and gritty that you need: your DTBO, your boot, your system image, your VB meta image, a couple of shit like that. So now I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Let me head over to my Xiaomi folder, go to platform tools, and there you see flash all, and then you see the images folder. In the images folder, you have all the necessary things that you need to make this work. Now, first things first, we got to put our phone in fast boot mode. Okay, now to get to that fast boot mode, make sure that your phone is in Orange Fox. Orange Fox is then going to take you to the fast boot D mode. Now at the top there, you can see my phone is currently in Orange Fox. Now if you click on those 3 lines there, you see reboot. Now normally when you click on reboot, you will only see fast boot, bootloader, system recovery, and all of that. There is no fast boot D on this particular one. But lucky for me, I'm using a custom ROM that literally lets me boot my phone or boot my Orange Fox into fastboot D. So I'm going to click on reboot. I'm going to hit on system. Now, doing this is going to take me all the way to Miku Next. I think I have dropped a video on that. I'm not sure, but I've recorded something concerning that on the channel, on the Telegram channel. You can check it out. Now, this one is going to take me directly to fastboot D, and here you can see what I'm talking about. Let's show you what it means. Now I'm on the Miku Next custom ROM. Now if I press my power button and click on reboot, here you can see it says fastboot D. So all I have to do is click on fastboot D and to take me directly all the way to fastboot D mode. Now it is imperative, very, very important that you check and be sure that your phone is connected in fastboot mode. Okay, once you've done that, double click here and then you have the NothingOS installer strict mode. It shows you all the necessary things that have been deleted and then it has started flashing the system. Now within seconds, I'm speeding things up, but normally it takes a bit of time. But since I'm speeding things up, very soon we should get into the actual NothingOS system. Folks, here we go. Yes, now this is the boot up into NothingOS. So while this is booting up, let's talk about a bunch of other things. Now, NothingOS, if you've seen the review already, the NothingOS custom ROM is, I won't particularly call it stable. A couple of things are working: Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, mobile service, all sorts of things. But if you remember, I said that this is not the kind of custom ROM, or rather the kind of ROM that you want to use long term. Reason for that is because when you decide to kind of like, let's say, restart your phone, power off your phone, it is going to stress you out. It's going to stress you out in the sense that when you come back, you're basically having to start from scratch all over again. Now, I'm going to let this one boot up real quick so that we can move on to the next one and then we can set things up according to how it should be. Now, while we're waiting for the phone to get to the part that we want, the next custom one we are going to flash is going to be Android 1. Now, let's get into the phone itself. So this is our NothingOS phone. It's loading up here right now. And I've already given you the rundown of how the ROM is supposed to be. So basically what we're going to do is just run through the entire setup process straight to the point. We have nothing much to do so that we can then move on to the next one. So this is the inside of the NothingOS 2.0 custom, or should I say fast boot ROM right now. So all I'm going to show you is I'm just going to go into settings, go into about phone, so you see that yes, we've actually installed the NothingOS ROM. So now that we are done with that, the next thing to install is Android One. Now, one thing you should know is that please, and I'm begging, please make sure you flash the firmware that comes with the Joyous phone with the Redmi Note 9 Pro using the Mi Flash tool. This will help to remove any and every other thing that is going to be stuck there just in case there are boot loop issues and all of that. This is basically like a reset. Oh, and yes, look down where you see clean all. Always choose clean all. Now we are done with the phone, and the next thing we are going to do now is we are going to let our phone boot up. So while that is booting up, let us go into CMD because we are going to have to flash a custom recovery. Now, as usual, the code we are going to be using is going to be fastboot devices. Fastboot devices is going to check our fastboot to make sure that our phone is connected, and then we are looking at fastboot flash recovery. Now, there is an issue that I noticed, yeah, here. Let me show it to you. Now, normally you click on space and as usual, you drag and you drop. But the issue here is that I could not drag and drop. You can see the red icon that shows me, no, you cannot drag and drop. Yeah, I tried like twice and I could not. So the only thing I could do now is to copy the name. Now, as you know, this is an image file. So you're going to put the name there and type .img so that the phone will be recognized as an image file. So you hit enter and then you type in your fastboot reboot recovery so that it can reboot the recovery and you go straight to the point. Now that we have flash recovery, the next thing to do now is to sideload our custom ROM. The reason I'm going with sideload is that I don't want to go with a flash drive. I want you guys to see that you can actually use your PC to sideload your recovery ROM. Now, like I said, the reason I'm going for sideload is because when you flash a custom recovery for the first time, your data is going to be encrypted. So whatever you send to the phone is not going to show up. So sometimes it is better to use your PC with ADB sideload, or you use your you use your flash drive. Now, as you can see here, I'm trying to send the stuff and it's not going through. So as usual, the next thing I'm only going to do now is to head over to platform tools and paste the custom ROM. So once that has been done, then I'll copy the link, copy the name of the custom ROM and then paste it into the CMD and then type .zip, and then I'm going to hit enter. So I'm going to speed this up real quick. All right, our Android One custom ROM has been set up, and if we go all the way down to about phone, here you see that it's actually Android 16. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, so we're done with that, and the next three things we want to do now will be OxygenOS, AxionOS, and then FlymeOS. Now, at this point, we don't really need to use our system anymore since we've flashed in Android One, and on Orange Fox, the file manager is decent. So all I have to do now is put my things onto my flash drive. Let's start flashing. Now, this is Orange Fox. I don't really like the black, but let us get rid of the Dalvik cache and data. Now, let us click on settings because I want to try to change this theme. I don't really like this theme. Let's see, where's the themes? Where they keep the themes? Okay, let's click on settings and go to customizations, I think. Yeah, there's it. Theme. Select the white, click on apply, and then we have a white orange fox. Now, let us go and flash our OxygenOS. Is on my USB OTG. And let's see, OxygenOS, 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 OxygenOS. Oh, there you are. So we'll select OxygenOS. It's for Joe use, particularly, not Gram, not what you guys call the other one, the Joyous. So any second now, it has to pause and play just so that it will be very, very fast with the whole flashing and everything. So we'll set up real quick, very, very fast now. Let us boot into the thing. Now I know it's speeding up, so I'm just going to talk over it. So setting this up is actually not so hard. Let's set real quick. Now, one thing you should know is that if you are stuck on, trying to skip past the Google stuff and you see that you cannot go past it because of some reason, eject your SD card, your SIM card. You can see that's the corner of my SIM card. I've ejected it. Let's go in. So this is our OxygenOS setup, ready to go, and no issues whatsoever. So we'll go to settings as usual. We'll go to about phone, and then you guys can see we have actually got OxygenOS 15 on the Redmi Note 9 Pro. Now, I'm not going to do much talk for AxionOS because I've flashed AxionOS before. So that's the usual. That'll cache data, you wipe, you flash your ROM. Once the ROM has been done, you reset or format data. You set it up real quick and you're good to go. Everybody knows AxionOS. This is AxionOS version 2.5. I've covered it on the channel before already. And with that, you've got no issues whatsoever. So yeah, there you see it. AxionOS version 2.5 ready to go. Let's move on to the next and final one. So this next one is FlymeOS. Now, the last time I used FlymeOS was when I used my Redmi Note 8, and since then I haven't. So this one is more of a nostalgia feel for me. Now, since FlymeOS is based on, is it Android 12 or Android 13? I'm going to be using the FBE version 2 to flash this custom ROM. So I flash the custom ROM. The next thing as usual is to format data, type in the YES, and then click on the Mark button. And then once that's done, you boot into the system. Now, this is just a remake video of flashing the ROM. I have flashed the ROM and let's just say nostalgia, yes, but using as a daily driver, I will not advise it. It's not it for that at all, because once first of all you have that big cutout and then the audio distortion and all of that. Yes, there are XML files that you can use to fix it, but not everybody will want to go into their vendor to be able to do such things. So using this as a daily driver, no, you cannot use this as a daily driver. But is it kind of stable? Probably just for you to test it out, show to your friends that you're using a Meizu skin, then yes, you can do all of that. But apart from that, yeah, so that is how you flash all these 5 custom ROMs. See you guys in another video.